So very common vehicle which we see every day, almost every day, is dump truck. So you might have heard truck. Day to day life we use the word truck, is not it? So actually technically it is called dump truck. Why dump truck? Because it helps in dumping material from one place to another. Alright, so they are basically called dump truck or dumper, or sometimes they are also called tipper. You might have heard nowadays many construction sites, they use excavator and a tipper. This word tipper is getting very popular nowadays. So tipper is also same thing. It helps in removing the material whatever is loaded on the truck hydraulically without manual effort. Earlier what we had, olden days, we need at least 4 or 5 people to load and unload the material. Suppose we have loaded some material, suppose it's sand from a riverside, and we want to dump it somewhere. We have to manually, using a shovel, we have to deposit it on the required place. But nowadays hydraulics have come up, so things are getting easier in terms of manual work. So those machines are called tipper. Tipping means tilting, isn't it? So by tilting the back portion of the truck, whatever materials it is carrying, it will be deposited to the desired location. So you might have seen such type of truck nowadays. Earlier this type of truck was not available, especially in our area. In foreign countries these were existing from earlier times. Anyway, a dump truck is also known as dumper, tipper, tipper lorry, used for transporting loose materials such as sand, gravel, etc. It is equipped with an open box. So you see, this is your open box, which is hinged at the rear and equipped with hydraulic ram. Hinge means this type of connection. It moves around one point. That means you can consider this as an arm. This arm can move radially. Alright, so this is the most common example which you see every day in windows or doors, in home, hostel, everywhere. So this is a hinge connection. That means we can move the member in one direction only. Normally we will say it in Z direction. It's not it. X, Y, Z, there are 3 axes. So the movement takes place only in one direction, in one dimension. So this is hinged at the rear. The front part can be lifted using hydraulic boom, hydraulic cylinder, so that the materials whatever is present can be deposited on the side. So again this back side of this open box is also hinged in the top, so that the material can be removed. Earlier which we saw, it was hinged on the bottom so that we can open from the top. But nowadays, since manual labor is not required, by simply tilting the bed we can remove the material. So the hinge is on the top for this rear opening. Alright, so this is very well understood from the picture, and also you might have seen several times in practical life. So this is what is hinge connection and how it is used in an, an open box bed, alright, for easily removing the materials. So there are different types of dump truck. We can also classify dump truck on 10 types, 14 types, 14 types, 15 types. But basically, we will see three basic types. First one is standard dump truck. Standard dump truck, which you see this type of dump truck, standard dump truck. All right. A standard dump truck is a truck chassis with a dump body mounted on to the frame. Now, what is chassis? Chassis is the base skeleton of any vehicle. Maybe it is Maruti 800 or truck or tractor. Chassis is the skeleton on which the vehicle is built. So in this case, you see the figure on the right hand side. This is your chassis. Chassis includes these rigid frames. Chassis are also of two types. This is called leather. You can see it of a leather. Chassis includes the rigid frame, wheels. Sometimes engine is also considered within the chassis. But basically, the frame, the supporting members, the core members on which we build the car, it is called chassis. So what is standard dump truck? It is a truck chassis. It means this chassis is of a truck. On this chassis, we mount a dump body. What is dump body? This portion, the open bed box, what we call. Now, in modern times, we have this type of dump body. So, on the front, cabin will be mounted. Cabin does not include on the chassis. Behind the cabin, operator cabin, this bed will be mounted, dump body, where you carry the materials. Alright, so this is your chassis and the dump body. Now, the bed is raised by a vertical hydraulic ram mounted under the front of the body or a horizontal hydraulic ram and lever arrangement between the frame rails. So this is modern type of standard dump truck. Earlier, like we have seen in this figure, in this case there is no hydraulic system. Manually we have to unload the material using some shovel. This is modern type. This can have a hydraulic cylinder below here, so that it can help in pushing this portion up, hinge at the rear, so that whatever material is present here can be unloaded on the back. Right. So most standard dump trucks have one front steering axle and one or two rear axles. Here you see one axle on the front. Axle is the shaft which connects the two wheels. Alright. So this is your front axle. So on this axle, wheels are mounted. Alright. Here again one more wheel. You can have one steering axle. So this is steering axle and one or two rear axles. In this case, there are only one rear axle, this one. This is the shaft on which rear wheels are mounted. So in this case, we have four rear wheels. Sometimes we have two rear axles. In this case, you see two rear axles, one and two, which typically have dual wheels on each side. Dual wheel, dual wheel, dual wheel, and on the other side of the dual wheel. So why dual wheel? Because this truck is carrying a lot of load. So because of that, the pressure exerted on a single tire will be more. So in order to distribute the pressure to a larger surface, we are using dual tire. Alright. Tandem rear axles are almost always powered. We say tandem. Tandem means one after another, one behind the other. So this is in tandem. These two rear axles are in tandem connection. They are almost always powered. Powered means whatever, for example, if you see a bicycle, when you apply the pedal, only rear wheel is powered. If you observe, you try to lift the front wheel and you pedal, the bicycle will try to move forward. On the contrary, you lift the rear wheel and you try to pedal, the vehicle will not move forward. Why? Because on a bicycle, only the rear wheel is powered. That means whatever pedaling action you are doing, that pedaling action is being connected to your rear axle by the chain and sprocket. So whatever effort you are putting by pedaling with your feet, it is being transferred only to the rear axle. Front wheel is only for your handling, steering and balancing. Alright. So that means your rear wheel is powered. Similarly, in case of, for example, Maruti 800, we say only the front wheels are powered. Whatever power is generated from the engine, it is being transferred only to the front wheels. The rear wheels are just for support to carry the weight, to maintain stability. Because if there are no rear wheels, the car will not be on a straight on a horizontal surface, isn't it? So that is the rear wheel is unpowered in case of our Maruti car. But here tandem rear axles are almost always powered. That means power from the engine will go to both the axles. It may not go to the front, but it will definitely go to both the axles on the back. Front steering axles are also sometimes powered. Sometimes they are powered 4x4, 6x6. So in this case, this will be called 4x4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Though we have two like dual tires on both sides, but we consider this as 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4x4. Means 4 wheels out of 4 are powered. 6x6 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Though this is again double, we consider this 1, let us say. All the 6 wheels are powered. 6 out of 6. Alright. So this is your 4x4 and 6x6. So boys must be familiar with this 4x4, 6x6. Again, unpowered axles are sometimes used to support extra weight. Most unpowered rear axles can be raised off the ground to minimize wear when the truck is empty or lightly loaded and are commonly called lift axles. Now you see, here we have two more axles which are not in contact with the ground. So in case the truck is heavily loaded, we can lower these two axles to share the load, distribute the load evenly. But when the truck is empty, it is returning from the site after depositing the material, or it is lightly loaded, we can lift these two axles so that these tires are not worn out. So these axles are sometimes called lift axles. Alright. So you observe sometimes on the roadside there will be some axle on some trucks which are slightly lifted up. So another type of dump truck is called semi-trailer and dump truck. So what happens here? Basically, it consists of two parts. So what are these parts? This front part having three axle, one axle, second axle, third axle. This is one unit, and the other unit is having two axle. Though you might have seen this frame is on top of the rear axles of the front part, but this front part is different. On the end of the front part, this trailer is somehow attached. Alright, and this trailer itself contains the hydraulic cylinder, and this type of cylinder is called telescopic, like your umbrella. This small portion, you see, this is having the largest diameter. This will have slightly smaller diameter than this. This will slide inside this. This will again slide inside this. This will slide inside this, and the last one, the narrowest one, will slide inside this. So just like a telescope, it's not that you can extend and contract the telescope. It slides one inside the other. Such type of arrangement is called telescopic. So this is telescopic hydraulic cylinder. This is present in the trailer itself in such type of dump truck. Alright. So generally a semi-end dump has three axle tractor, three axle, one, two, three, pulling a two axle trailer with dual tires. Pulling a two axle trailer and all are having dual tires. Alright. So what is the benefit? It can carry a large amount of load. So on the other hand, it has also some disadvantage. This is suitable for transporting on highways, good road conditions. So in case it is working in uneven surfaces, construction sites, so chances of turnover may occur. Turnover means the truck may capsize on one side, flip on one side. Alright, this is your semi trailer and dump truck. See one example. So this is the problem of semi-end type. Though they can carry large amount of load, but they are very unstable. So the other type of dump truck is called transfer dump truck. So what is this? This is standard dump truck pulling a separate trailer with movable cargo container. So this movable cargo container, it can move because it has got some wheels on bottom, which is powered by some hydraulic motor or electric motor. So you see how it works. These are mostly available in Western countries only. This is not available even in Europe. So where the roads are very wide and straight, only on those places this dump truck is popular. In India, due to traffic restriction, this is not actually allowed to operate because in India the roads are small, huge amount of traffic. rickshaw, auto, many other cars. So because of that, this type of dump truck is prohibited to operate in India. This is, see, there are two separate parts. This is the additional trailer. This can slide in the inside. It can also slide outside. But this sliding takes place because it has got some wheels here. You can see these black ones. These are wheels. These wheels are powered hydraulically or by some electric motor. You can see here. This is standard dump truck. Now it will come in contact with the extension part to make it transfer dump truck.